777. 777.
Right, welcome to another episode of the Knowledges, and this one I'm talking about the Jew idea, right? Because you still got like a lot of shills on the thing talking about the Jew idea as if it's like the top of the line sort of thing, you know. Like some of them are even saying like, oh well, the Jews is behind the royal family and all that, you know what I mean? Well, like this is blatantly cannot be the case, see what I mean? Because you've got the idea of the Jew thing is basically the jewels, the royal jewels, see? And it's like the coding's so simple, it's in your face and that. It's like you've got like the god of the Jews supposedly is Elohim, right? So there you got your Jew L, see? End of. It's so simple in that, the Jew L. So you got, you know what I mean? You've got your obviously your Jew idea was created by the Royal Society, see what I mean? As was the other like religions, Islam and Christian and all the rest. They're all to do with like the Royal Society, see? Royal Society at the top. So like you got the Judaism idea as well, right? Which is obviously Judas, right? And Judas, of course, is a character which was set up in the same manner, see, to like the scapegoat character. See, oh well, Judas was the one who betrayed Jesus, and that. See what I mean? So obviously, you know, it's all construed before, you know what I mean? It's like a blatantly obvious stuff, right? So the coding's that simple, the Jewels, see? So if L is the god of the Jews, then it's simple, you know what I mean? But the Kohen priests in that, right? The Kohen priests, and if you look at the old images in that, of the illustrations in that, the Kohen priests with the jewels on the front of like the shirt, and they've got like 12 jewels on the front of the shirt. And the Freemasons have this in their like lodges or whatever, like this jeweled shirt and that, right? And of course Christ, right? The idea of Christ is like an anagram, C shirt, right? Shirt. And you got the C, like what they always do is stick a 3 in front of something. If you notice like the codings and that, they always stick a 3 in the front, so C is your 3, right? Which is obvious enough, and a C shirt for Christ. So the jeweled shirt idea, right? Which is like pretty basic in that. These are Kohen and that, right? And then you go across to the ancient Greek and that, there's supposedly ancient Greek and that, which is like basically the same thing, you see? It's always like very simple coding once you know what you're looking at. And obviously from that you've got like the idea of the coin, the money, see? And the money, of course, whose face is on the money, see? I mean, in England anyway, in Britain and that, you're talking about the faces on the coin is the Queen, the royal family, see what I mean? So it's obvious who's like in charge in that. So like the shills were saying that the Jew idea is behind all the stuff, and it's even of greater power than the royal family and that, where it's obviously wrong in it. So you've got the Kohen priest and that, the Kohen priest. And then you've got like the column, that idea. When you go into Irish, you go into the Irish stuff and that, you've got the column. And there's one in the Welsh called the Cuilbrin, you see? The idea of the Cuilbrin thing and that, so it's like all the same stuff. See what I'm saying? Collins, for example, you get the Collins idea, like Joan Collins and that. And there was like a thing, Illuminati's meme, like a few years ago and that, which was about like Collins was supposedly one of the most powerful families on the world and that. And so you got your Collins, it's like the same as like Cain, tiller of the soil and that. Like your Collins, your Colin idea, your Cologne in Germany and that. Ooh, the Cologne and that, you see what I mean? All the same idea type of stuff, right? And then you've got like Tully. You got your Tully as well, like for whom the bell tolls and that. So you got Tully. There was some movie I was looking at the other day, and that was called Tully and that, like this new movie or something, right? You got Marcus Tullius out the ancient Rome stuff and that. Tullius, like Susan Tully, see? Michelle in EastEnders and that, like Susan Tully. See what I mean? So you've got all these ideas of the same sort of thing. Cain, the tiller of the soil idea, you see? And so the Jew idea falls under the same stuff. The Cain, you see, the Cain and Abel, the labour thing. The Abel backwards is labour, right? Which is like Liber, which is free, which means free in Latin. See, the Liber 777 book by Aleister Crowley and all that. So we're basically the same stuff all the time, see. And that brings me to like sort of like you have like shills like conspiracy by hands and that, right? And like he goes on about the Bible all the time, right? He's talking about the Bible and stuff, but he never mentions like the Cain and Abel stuff, you see. Well, there you go. You know what I mean? The Cain and Abel stuff's basically the foundation of your Freemason religion. You know what I mean? So he's talking about the Bible, this, that, and the other about the Bible, but he never mentions Cain and Abel. So you know what I mean? Either he's ignorant of the Bible, or he's like, covering up the actual truth of it. You know what I mean? So it's simple as. Yeah. I mean, obviously animals are not fake and that, they're real, you know what I'm saying? I got into a zoo and that, like I went to a zoo when I was a kid and I seen giraffes in the zoo and that, they weren't robots and that, you know what I mean? Very simple. And so that's like the idea of the Jew idea, I say, like you had that load of shills, and I'm not sure if they're still there, like, but there's still like an idea, like a meme being put about it's as old as the hills sort of thing. About the Jew being like the international conspiracy idea and all that. But I mean, obviously the Jew was created by the Royal Society sort of thing, see what I mean? It's below like the royals family in order, pecking order and all that. You know what I mean? As is the Vatican and the Jesuit Society and all that. Because I was like picking up on a few of these shills and that, like putting this, they're trying to put this meme about, like in the comments things and that, like about oh, you know, who's in charge then? Is it the Jesuits or is it the Vatican or stuff like that, or the Jews? Well, see, none of them. It's like the Royal Society, isn't it? It's like the royal family gives birth to the Royal Society, gives birth to Freemasons. As simple as, you know what I mean? It's like the code is so obvious, blatant, in your face and that. All you need is half a brain. See what I mean? And so we can see from that, like all the ancient world ideas is just like made up and that. See, ancient and accepted rights. See what I mean? Accepted because they're like in the Freemason club, and rejected because you're not in the Freemason club, see? And it's very simple, like, you know what I mean? Right, so a bit more on the sea shirt idea, right? So the sea shirt, say, is they held them in the lodges, right? I presume there's one in like every lodge or whatever, every important lodge or whatever, right? And have this jeweled shirt there in the lodge, right? And I presume that the top sort of master or whatever in the place like wears it on particular ceremonies or whatever, right? So this is how the propaganda works. They get you to worship Jesus Christ, say, through all the propaganda and that, and you're mentally worshipping Jesus and that, and what you're worshipping is this bloke and that, this tea drinker, right, who's the top master in your local vicinity, and he's wearing this shirt on special occasions and that, and he doubt like the astrological occasions and that. And he puts the jeweled shirt on, saying, that's why I didn't worship Jesus Christ. See, because you're worshipping a tea drinker with a shirt on and that. See, this jeweled shirt and all the different colours, like green, red, blue and all this. There's a lot of stuff written about the different, like the coloured jewels and gems and that in the Bible and that. See, that'll need further investigations. We see that's basically what it is. See, the sea shirt thing, see. Right, another episode of the Knowledges, and this time about the Messiah idea, right? The Messiah thing and that messianic, and the Messiah, right? So I get out the wind here, like, and this Messiah thing, right? It's an interesting concept in that. It's basically about like waiting for someone else to come save the day type idea, right? So like obviously it ties in with your Jesus stock and all that, like the Messiah, and like within this name of Messiah